points. Brielle Businger leads away, averaging 9.7 points per game. Then you have Jenna Halleck at 9 points per game, Addison Anderson at 8.5 a game, Allie Cosgrove at 8.5 per game. So should be in, see if the Knights can take control early and get the 4 seed down quickly. And if not, we might be in for a game, Kelly, because North Central has a tendency to leave teams in it because they just don't score enough points to pull away sometimes.
Right, that's exactly. You're keeping it interesting, right? And make sure the heart medication's around for all the parents. So, yeah, like you said, I think the defense of the Knights is really going to come into play tonight. You know, like as you said, there 29 points a game is all Arcadia-Loup City's being able to put up. So if they can get it and get a roll and get that 10-point lead, maybe early, say even 8 in the first quarter, build on that, get to a 15-point lead by the end of the half or start of halftime, I think they could just roll and carry on from there.
Well, a little different scenario for the Knights this year. In the last few years, they've been able to rely on their power points to put them potentially in line for a district final and a wild card if they don't get through a sub. That's not the case this year. That wild card likely not going to be an option, but in past years, they've had to deal with teams like Crofton and Ponca in sub-districts. So getting a semifinal where they get to host and they're the top seed is really quite a change.
Yeah, this will be a nice matchup for their side.
We'll take a break, come back with a tip between the Knights and the Rebels after this on KBRB.
Scott Rosichka with Soother Seeds, a second-generation nutrition-first company that truly cares if you're successful. With our products from everything from mineral to cubes, custom feeds, consultations, heifer development programs, seed stock supplier programs, we can do it all. That's Scott Rosichka with Soother Seeds, 402-358-2083.
Making car shopping fun again. Whether you're in the market for brand new or pre-owned, shop the great selection at William Crotter Company, where service is a family tradition. See them at 305 West Douglas in O'Neill, or you can find them on Facebook and CrotterAuto.com.
Jim Arnhold of Arnhold Insurance Agency in Bassett can provide you with health, life, and cancer insurance, Medicare supplement, nursing home, and disability coverage, business and estate planning. Give Jim a call at Arnhold Insurance in Bassett, 402-684-2901.
Stand solid with proven genetics from Barstow Angus of Springview. Each year in the early spring, Barstow Angus offers to beef producers throughout the region outstanding Angus bulls raised and fed to ensure structure and breeding soundness. Barstow Angus of Springview.
Count on your New Holland dealer, Sandhill Equipment of Bassett, to answer all of your farm equipment needs. They pride themselves on a hard-earned reputation for fair prices and unparalleled service. Visit them online at sandhilleq.com.
And we welcome you back on KBRB. We're on FM 92 and KBRB.net as we get set for this C2-9 sub-district semifinal between the North Central Knights, the top seed and host, the Arcadia-Loup City Rebels, the 4 seed. Knights at 18-5, sitting number 15 right now in the Class C2 wild card points, so they'll need a couple of wins to get themselves into a district final in this tournament. And the Arcadia-Loup City Wolves at 5-17. So in this entire bracket, looks like whoever does not win the sub will be done for the season. Knights will be in their home white uniforms with the silver numbers and letters, and the Wolves in their road black uniforms with the white and red highlighted numbers and letters and the red and white stripes. Tip controlled by the Knights. They'll move from left to right, from south to north, as we call it here at Rock County High School. Looks like a zone defensively for Arcadia-Loup City. Anderson into the hands of Buell, top of the key to Anderson on the left wing. We are underway. Brielle Businger working against Cashlin. Gets it to Cosgrove into the right corner to Buell. Trying to set up in the post with Halleck. They swing it across court. Three-point shot taken. Back rim no for Addison Anderson. And the board comes down to Nicole Shaleski, and the Rebels get a stop on their opening possession.
Yeah, maybe even a triangle, too, there. It looked like maybe trying to chase Halleck and Anderson around just a little bit. Anderson able to shoot the ball at 3 lanes as well as Businger.
Knights will play man-to-man defensively pretty much exclusively. They are very versatile. They'll switch off on the top of about every screen that Arcadia-Loup City tries to set. Here's a ball knocked away by Cosgrove, but saved by Kaputska. They throw it inside, and it's stolen by Halleck. Gets it to Businger, and ahead to Allie Cosgrove for the finish. So the Knights get off with the turnover, And Halleck gets it to Businger. Brielle feeds it ahead to Cosgrove on the assist. And the Knights get on the board, forcing the turnover and turning it into points on the other end.
Yeah, good start and way to run the floor by Cosgrove. We're going to call her name a lot tonight.
Pull up 10-footer on the left wing for Tatum Kaputska falls. Nice penetration pull up by Kaputska to tie us at 2. Just a little more than a minute into this C2-9 semifinal between the Knights and the Rebels. Businger with it. Hands it off to Buell, looking inside for Halleck, trying to go to work. And there's a nice catch by Jenna. The finish is in. Good throw inside by Businger for the assist. Halleck gets a finish, and that's just a tough matchup for Jesse Hyen in there. Hyen is listed at 5'9", giving up 3 inches to Halleck, and just got trapped behind her.
Yeah, exactly right, and just a great recognition from Businger. That entry pass anymore, it seems like it's just tough for them post players to get, but I like the good feed.
Drive along the baseline, and a hand check foul will go against Cosgrove. Nice take by Kaputska to get into the paint again. She scored the bucket for the Rebels the last time she drove down the left side. This time she drives right baseline and gets the foul on Allie Cosgrove. 4-2 start for the Knights. Rebels get it in on the outlet into the hands of Jackson. Driving runner won't go. Rebound tipped, and it's taken down by Jenna Halleck. Halleck brings it down by herself all the way to the rim. Too strong on the layup attempt. The rebound down to Cashlin.
Yeah, it was a good take right there. Just eyes up, try to get a little Euro going through there and caught herself with the ball low and had to pull it up quick.
Shaleski loses the dribble, needs some help, gets it off to Cashlin. Cashlin throws inside for Hyen. She tries to hand it off along the baseline, tracks it down. Good defense outside by Addison Anderson as Cashlin couldn't get the shot away. Cashlin driving runner. She's going to get fouled and go to the line for 2. Rebels early aggressive, taking it to the hoop. The foul will go on Jenna Halleck, her first personal, and it will put Cashlin to the line for 2 shots.
And if you struggle offensively, the best way to cure that's right, dribble drive. Try to get a foul call, get to the free throw line, and make that 2-foot jump shot or bunny show. Unfortunately, the free throw didn't go in there for Caslin right there.
Yeah, Cashlin, she's a 64% free throw shooter, best free throw shooter on a team that averages just 52%. Second one is up, and that one rattles home. So Cashlin gets on the board with her first point, and we've got ourselves a 4-3 ball game, approaching the 5-minute mark in quarter number 1. This is our first semifinal, followed up with Westhold and Burwell. Here's a drive by Cosgrove. Her shot off the backboard and off the rim. She's able to track down the miss. Gets it outside. Here's a 3 for Businger. That one off the front iron. Rebound, though, to Cosgrove again. Puts it up and scores. Allie Cosgrove working on the offensive glass, 2 offensive boards, and she has her second bucket, and it's a 6-3 start for the Knights.
That's good effort. Allie Cosgrove's kind of played up above her 5'7" listing, right? She always has had to challenge herself and play against post players. Pretty active. Nice work.
Yeah, probably more a natural wing, but out of necessity,
Yeah.
kind of plays in the 4 spot for this North Central team. Especially on the defensive end, she's guarding that number 4. They throw it inside. Nice look, and that's the second early foul, I believe, on Jenna Halleck, who came over on the help side after it was Cashlin who got past Cosgrove, and it will be on the help. Jenna Halleck reaching in to pick up her second personal, and Cashlin back to the free throw line. So 2 early fouls on the North Central 6-footer.
Yeah, and that's just one of them defense. It's not, you're coming for help defense as that free throw goes in. You got to either jump to block or don't try to reach over. Sometimes giving up the 2 points is better than taking that early second foul.
Allie Stephen, a junior post, in for the Knights, replacing Halleck. And Morgan Lewis in at the guard spot, replacing, looks like Brielle Businger. Second shot misses, and the rebound comes down to Allie Stephen, and the Knights leading 6-4. Will go back to work offensively. Anderson tries to turn the corner, kicks into the right corner of Buell, down inside to Stephen, and she is fouled on the shot. Good, just turn, face the basket, square up, and take the shot for Stephen, and she will draw the first foul on the Rebels. That'll go against Haley Cashlin.
Yeah, another good entry pass, right? You got them set up and back behind you, and she makes an aggressive move to square up. So let's see if she can knock them down.
Free throw from Stephen is in. Allie on the board with her first point. As we see McKenna Witzke into the game for North Central, replacing Cosgrove. Witzke's a 5'8 junior. We will see for Arcadia-Loup City, Landry Luce into the ball game. Landry is a 5'7 junior. Second free throw for Stephen. That one won't go, and the board cleared off by Jesse Hyen, who screened off Witzke. Knights go 1 for 2 on their first trip to the line. North Central leads at 7-4 Midway through quarter number one, Arcadia-Loup City, thanks to some good drives to the hoop, has the North Central senior Jenna Halleck in some early foul trouble, and they've been able to get to the line 4 times. With it is Jackson up high, guarded by Buell. Here's Hyan on the baseline drive, shut off nicely by Steven. High post, it goes now to Kaputska. Inside, Loose, shot up off the window and good. Landry Loose on the board on the assist from Tatum Kaputska. And the Rebels within one at 7-6.
Just a good backdoor cut, came in on the backside, and Knights were caught sleeping. Got to keep track of your girl.
Anderson on the right wing gets a screen from Steven. Now swings it into the left corner to Morgan Lewis. Lewis turns the corner, pulls up from 13. That shot off the front of the rim, and the rebound down to Landry Loose.
Loose right in the right spot at the right time there, too. Nice job sealing the ball, not getting in a hurry as pressure was around her.
Back come the Rebels with a chance to take a lead. They've been tied once at 2-2, and now down 7-6 with 3 minutes to go in the opening 8 minutes of basketball. The 4 seed in this sub-district. Basically, you get to this time of the year, Kelly, you can throw the records out the window. You're going to get everybody's best shot as that pass inside knocked away by Buell, but saved by Kaputska. Now she needs some help. Throws it inside to Jackson. Jackson puts up a runner, and she is fouled. Knights reaching in instead of moving with their feet. That's going to be the 4th first-quarter foul on North Central. This will go on Brooklyn Buell, her first, and it will put Jackson to the line for 2 free throws.
And Brooklyn was in decent position there. Got maybe just a little bit on the side, but when her hands come clear down, knocks that free throw in. Hand comes across, easy call for the official. Just do a better job of staying low and anticipating that move. She's going to move, pivot. She pivoted to the left with a fake, came back to her right. You just got to be ready to know where your help's at and stay with your offensive guard.
Free throw from Jackson gives the Rebels the lead at 8-7 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard with 2:30 to go. The Knights brought back in Brielle Businger. The Rebels brought in Mallory Tuma for the first time, 5'7" and a junior. Here is Brielle, throws it over the top to Steven. Tough catch, flips it along the baseline to Buell. She takes it at the hoop. Draws the foul. Shot won't go, but Brooklyn will go to the line for 2.
That was a great fake. Got a fake to get the defense off away, and that's going to go on Jackson. So a nice take there by Buell just to create space, first of all, and then follow through. So let's see if she can knock them.
Brooklyn to the free throw line for 2 shots. The first one hits the back of the rim, then the front of the rim before bounding off. Get you some free throw percentages for the Knights as they make another substitution, bringing Cosgrove back into the game.
Olivia Fitzgerald for the Arcadia-Loup City Rebels in as well.
Second one for Buell, good. She's a 57% free throw shooter, goes 1 for 2. The Knights now 2 for 4 at the line. Buell exits, is in for the first time, comes Lainey Pospischel, sophomore for the Knights.
One thing about Coach McClary, he's going to use the bench, right, and going to be able to maintain that freshness, keep the pressure on.
Knights go with some full court pressure, and the Rebels are able to handle it. They get it across the timeline with Kaputska. Tied at 8 with 2:05 to go here in our opening quarter of basketball. Cashlin with it, guarded by Witzke. To Loose, around it goes to Tuma. Inside, looking for Kaputska. Baseline jumper is in.
Nice shot, Greg. How about that? Just to turn around and go up with it. Good play.
That's her second bucket. Kaputska's looked good in this first quarter, and the Rebels have the lead at 10-8 on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard with 1:45. Well, check off the first box if you're the 5-17 team playing an 18-5 team, and that's hang with them early. The Rebels are doing that. Nice catch inside. Witzke had her defender shielded, but then misses the shot, and will have a tie-up on the rebound between Cosgrove and Kaputska. It will be Hyan back in for Arcadia-Loup City. Shaleski back in. Out will go Kaputska and Cashlin. Morgan Lewis exits. As back in comes Addison Anderson for the Knights. 10-8 Rebels. And there's a knockaway and a steal by Anderson after the knockaway by Businger. Out it goes for a 3. Pospischel. That one back rim. No. Rebound again offensively to Allie Cosgrove. Businger on the drive. She loses the handle on it and gets called for a foul inside on a reach-in. Looked like Shaleski was trying to get the tie-up and had the ball momentarily, but a smart move by Brielle, the veteran, to kind of pivot away.
Absolutely.
And then she was on the arm.
Yep, seal it away, and then you get the reach across. So officials right there on top of it.
3 early offensive rebounds for Allie Cosgrove, working hard on the glass for the Knights. They trail 10-8 to the Rebels with 1:05 remaining in our opening quarter of basketball. Rebels appear to be, looks like mainly, well, they're running more man-to-man, it looks like now. Drive by Cosgrove, feeds it out to Anderson. Anderson on the drive, takes it inside, off the rim, hard and in. Tough take to the hoop by Anderson, weaving through traffic, and we've got a player down for North Central. That's going to lead to a breakaway the other way. The layup, though, is missed by Olivia Fitzgerald in, but she gets her own miss, and Witzke still on the ground. Now they're going to stop play as Witzke came down on someone's ankle. A missed shot from the Rebels gave Brielle Businger a rebound, and McKenna Witzke looks like she's got a leg issue as she's going to be helped off as Allie Steven going to come back in. So Witzke comes in off the bench for this North Central team, the 5'8 junior. She'll be helped off, but she never made it really off the floor from the offensive end.
Yeah, definitely in some pain there. Too bad, tough break there for that kid. So, and that's the rule, unfortunately. Until you have team possession, you can't stop the ball. I know a lot of people want to do it, but I guess a little kid's game maybe a little different, but in NSAA, that's the rule.
So it is tied at 10 after the North Central bucket. They throw it inside. Good by Steven in the foul. Allie Steven off the bench. 3 early points. The foul will go on Jesse Hyen. And Steven with a chance at a 3-point play on the assist from Anderson.
I hope my uncle's listening right now. He says last week, whatever happened to the good old give and go, right? Well, the North Central Knights are doing a great job of that here so far. Nice screen, pick and roll.
Good box out by Hyen, shielding off Cosgrove on the missed and one opportunity for Allie Steven. North Central retakes the lead at 12-10 on a 4-0 spurt. Final 10 seconds of quarter number 1 and a tight one here in our C2-9 sub-district semifinals. 19-footer, too strong for Hyen. Weak side rebound to Brielle with 2 with 1. She's going to take a 3 on the run. It's off the glass, too strong. And that will take us to the end of our first 8 minutes. Arcadia-Loup City hanging right in there against the 18-5 North Central Knights. On our Tri-County Bank scoreboard, it's the Knights 12, Arcadia-Loup City 10. We're back with more high school sub-district basketball on KBRB.
Concrete is the cornerstone of many building projects. Stewart Concrete, with locations in Atkinson, Stewart, and Valentine, can mix cement and water with all the ingredients to make the right concrete for the job. This mud's for you. From Stewart Concrete, serving you from Stewart, Atkinson, and Valentine. Call 402-924-3644.
Make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Morrison Underground Sprinkler Service of Bassett, Matt and Trish will provide you with a free no-obligation estimate for underground sprinkler installation. Plus, they service and repair existing systems, too. Phone 402-684-3558.
Don't overload your brain circuits trying to find a qualified electrician. Make one call to Painter Electric, Randy Painter in Springview. Professional, affordable, experienced, and he is local. Phone 402
lead, but the Rebels hanging right in there after 8 minutes.
Yeah, and really turnovers not really extravagant for either team, you know.
I have 1 total in that first quarter.
Okay, great. So ball control is good when you're the team that's supposed to come in and not score anything. They've done a nice job being Arcadia-Loup City to go attack the rim, as you said a couple times. And North Central's had some decent looks, maybe about 3 bunnies they should have had.
Knights will return. Jenna Halleck to the floor to start the second quarter. She pivots into the paint, puts it up, shot is short. And the rebound down to Hyen, so the Rebels get a stop. But you mentioned, only averaged 29 points a game. They put up 10 in the opening quarter against one of the best defenses in the classes. There's a steal by Brielle Businger. 1-on-1 the other way, misses the layup. Offensive rebound to Halleck. Her shot goes. Jenna on the putback. So the Knights get the turnover, and now the Rebels throw it away. So just as we mentioned, the Rebels had taken care of the ball in the first 8 minutes with just 1 turnover. They turn it over on back-to-back possessions to start the second.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to run just a little bit too much. Their pace of play wasn't matching what it was the first quarter when they took care of the ball. So got to clean it up.
Knights on a 6-0 run to go up 4. Corner 3 for Addison Anderson. Won't go. Knights have not hit a shot from the outside, but there's another offensive rebound for Halleck to Anderson. 3 for Businger on the wing. Won't go. And the long rebound is chased out of there by Jackson. So the Knights about an 0 for 5 or 6 start from three-point land.
Yeah, I think they just need to go stick with that drive and give and go right now. That's working really good. That outside game will open up. The shots are clean, but just not making nothing.
Hyen tries to attack Halleck, who's got the 2 fouls. Nice job by Jenna. Just kept her hands up, shuffled her feet, and forced Hyen to pass it back outside. Nice thought, though, by the Rebels. See if you can get that 3rd foul on Halleck. Running jumper from Jackson won't go. Gets it back, puts it up. That one won't go. And then a tie-up on the board between Halleck and is that, just can't see a number yet, Kaputska. And the possession arrow will keep it with Arcadia-Loup City.
North Central got to do a much better job boxing out. They're standing with their arms down and standing underneath the hoop. Get out from 3 feet.
Kaputska misses the shot. Offensive rebound, though. Put back won't go for Hyan. Gets it back again and scores. 4 offensive rebounds on that possession, and Jesse Hyan capitalizes finally with the bucket to end the 6-0 North Central run, and it's 14-12. Don't usually see many teams get into the offensive glass like that against this Knight team. Businger slides it right corner. 3-shot for Anderson. Won't go again, and the rebound down to Kaputska.
That's a good job just right there, position, knowing where the ball's going to bounce off the rim, and no white jerseys around for the Knights to clean it up.
Here goes Hyan trying to drive on Halleck. Shut off nicely by Jenna again. Halleck out there with the 2 fouls. Kaputska has it knocked away. Businger diving after it. It's saved by Cashlin. She tries to throw it inside to Jackson. Corrals the pass that was low, and the Rebels will reset. And a 3-second violation called on Eva Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson sitting there. They moved her down to that post position here the last 3 times down the floor, I noticed. Trying to maybe see if she's got the athleticism to go up against Halleck, maybe challenge that. And Halleck's doing a nice job just shading off and playing, giving a little space and being clean defensively.
Lewis and Steven return for the Knights as Businger and Halleck will sit. Morgan Lewis gets past her defender, flips it out to Buell. Left corner to Anderson, passes on the 3 this time, brings it out to Lewis. Lewis brings it back left wing to Anderson, gets a screen from Cosgrove, turns the corner, puts it up in the lane, shot too strong off the glass, and a foul over the back on the rebound will go against Allie Steven.
That was a really good take by Anderson right there. She just got to find a way to finish. Did a nice job creating the play and making that happen, but you got to get a little loft on that shot.
Yeah, just a little too hard.
Yep,
too hard coming up there on the glass. As we'll see a sub in for Arcadia-Loup City. No, we will not, as the sub checked in too late. So it will stay Arcadia-Loup City basketball down 2, and they break the pressure quickly. Here comes Hyan on the attack, shut off nicely, one-on-one by Steven, and then Anderson jumps into the passing lane for the pick. She spins it in the lane, nice feed down to Cosgrove. That shot hangs on the rim forever before finally falling through, and it's the Knights. Really, their only offense has come, taking advantage of some miscues by the Rebels, and there's another one as Anderson with the steal. Gets it ahead to Lewis. Lewis back out to Anderson. The Knights will set up in the half court. After 1 turnover in the first quarter, that's 5 already for the Rebels through the first 3+ minutes of the second. Lewis on the drive into the paint. Pull up 10-footer. Hangs on the rim. No. Offensive rebound. Allie Steven put back won't go. And then Lewis on a tie-up with Hyan. So the Knights getting some looks on the offensive glass as Businger and Halleck will return. Anderson and Steven will exit. Out will go Shaleski for Arcadia-Loup City. As into the game for the first time comes Ella Jackson. Ella's a 5-foot senior. Brielle Businger to trigger it in. Knights up 16-12 at the end of one. Oh, nice feed inside to Halleck, but the bunny will not go. Buell tipping the rebound around. It's still loose, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Alex McCleary after the board comes down to Brielle Businger, but another one inside. The Knights just not capitalizing on those short shots.
Yeah, that's just a tough break. That's several that they've missed right in a row, literally right there. So with the exception of Cosgrove getting one down the last time for Rebels, just got to change their pace of play, though. They are trying to run with that, and that pressure's causing havoc. You got to have your leader, your team, your guard say, all right, settle down, run our press quick. They broke it really well, but then Hyan focused on one girl the whole time. And Anderson did a nice job to step in there, take it, and take it away, go the other way. So if you're the Knights, you clean up your 4-foot jump shots. If you're the Rebels, you clean up your turnovers.
Well, from a coaching standpoint, Kelly, you couldn't ask for a better look on that inbound than the look
absolutely.
the Knights got inside to Halleck and just did not convert on that short shot. The Knights have sometimes struggled with that, finishing at the rim. Halleck, Steven, at times Brielle on drives. They just at times have trouble finishing the ball when they get it to the rim. So
6-footer's got to make that 2-foot jump shot.
Knights lead 16-12. Fairly tight one here in the opening quarter. Brielle beats the 5-second count to get it into Cosgrove. Back to Brielle in the right corner. Brielle swings it to the left corner to Buell. Looking inside, now gets a screen from Halleck. Tries to roll to the hoop, around to Brielle. Lewis with it, will get a screen from Cosgrove. Buell, left corner it goes to Businger. Inside to Halleck, finish won't go. Jenna gets her own miss. Ball low, knocked away and stolen by Kaputska. So the Knights will turn it over for the first time after Halleck picked up the offensive rebound, but another good look inside that doesn't fall. Arcadia-Loup City hanging in there, down 4 against the 18-5 Knights. Here's a drive by Cashlin, gets it inside, high and shot too strong. Rebound comes down to Morgan Lewis. Gets it ahead to Cosgrove. Knights have 3-on-3. Good screen out by Halleck. Allows Cosgrove to take it to the hoop. She scores in a foul. Beautiful screen by Halleck that just shielded her defender who was trying to come on the help. Cosgrove had beaten her defender. Cosgrove gets the bucket and the and-one opportunity, and it's the second foul on Haley Cashlin.
Sometimes you need a scorer, right? And Allie Cosgrove's done that a number of times for the Knights this year. So great aggressive job and a nice job just recognizing that Coslin was moving and went in there and didn't change her attack angle and made that shot. So nice little breakout here to get the point or the 7-point lead here for the Knights.
She converts the 3-point play. Out will go Cosgrove and Buell as back in come Anderson and Steven. The Rebels break the press with the newly entered Libby Ferencz, and then she's trapped on the sideline. Ferencz, a 5'4 sophomore. They are able to save possession. Kaputska on the drive, shot off the window, won't go. Morgan Lewis with the defensive rebound and comes back the other way. Lewis gets it to Businger. Brielle into the left corner to Anderson. Anderson tries to turn the corner, puts up the floater. That swirls out. Offensive rebound. Steven, putback, won't go. And the rebound to Hyen.
That's a tough break there. Another good look right there, and unfortunately just still cannot convert.
19-12 North Central as we approach the 3-minute mark of this opening half. Loser's season is over. Winner will move on to a sub-district final on Thursday. Here's a 3 on the right wing. That's buried. That's off the bench. Libby Ferencz on the assist by Tatum Kaputska. And the Rebels cut the deficit down to 4. While the Knights have struggled from the outside, there's a buried 3 for the Rebels. Halleck inside, draws a double team, kicks it out to Anderson. Shot too strong. Offensive rebound. Morgan Lewis puts it up. That's too strong. They fight for the board, and it's Kaputska down with it.
Nice job there, Kaputska. And Lewis had a nice drive, but she just kind of chucked that ball up. You got to have your feet set, get your squared. She had plenty of time. Don't rush that kind of shot. You did all the work, do the rest right.
Knights not shooting at a very good percentage in this first half, and they find themselves in a 4-point game. We mentioned in the pregame, Kelly, this North Central offense sometimes struggles enough that teams are able to stay in there with them, even though the Knights play excellent on the defensive end. There's a missed shot off the backboard by Landry Luce, and the rebound down to Brielle Businger. Brielle pushes to Anderson. Back to Brielle, top of the key. Under 2 minutes to go in a 4-point game. Morgan Lewis looking inside. Now wants to turn the corner, feeds it to Anderson. Right corner, it goes to Brielle. Throw it inside to Halleck. Halleck right
much
to the
better.
hoop, puts it up and in.
Yeah, just much better. Had a better body position and square, leaning on her hands, hanging on. That's fine, but great finish that time. Maybe that'll get Jenna Halleck going.
And the pass from Shaleski over the head of Landry Luce and out of bounds, and the Rebels turn it over for the 6th time this quarter. 7th in the game. Out will go Lewis. Back in comes Buell. Knights also making wholesale changes, as are the Rebels. We've got a timeout. We'll take a quick break with 1:40 to go in the half. It is 21-15. North Central by 6 over the Rebels in this 1-4 matchup of the C2-9 semifinals. Well, back here after the timeout, it is North Central by 6 with the basketball. 1:35 to go in the half. There's a knockaway by Shaleski out on the deep wing, and it will stay with North Central. Knights have Anderson, Cosgrove, Buell, Lainey Pospischel, and Allie Steven on the floor. It is Jackson, Luce, along with Shaleski, Mallory Tuma, and Libby Ferencz out there for the Rebels. Anderson with it, looking inside for Steven. Now wants to turn the offense to the left with Buell. Back to Anderson. Anderson tries to drive, gets help defender to commit. Out it goes. Pospischel 3 in the right corner. That way too strong. And the rebound run down on the weak side by Mallory Tuma. Boy, the Knights could not be any more cold from the outside than they are in this first half. But there's another miscue by the Rebels as Ferencz has the ball go off her foot. and out of bounds.
Yeah, there again, Pospisil rushed that shot. She had time to score up. She's got a pretty quick release. She's just got to make sure she's looking at the hoop and not that black jersey running at her.
Under a minute to go in the first half of a 6-point game for North Central. Buell has it poked away, is able to chase it down and get it outside to Pospisil. Pospisil swings it to Anderson. 45 seconds on the clock. Anderson gets a screen, roll by Cosgrove all the way to the hoop and scores.
Good hands there, right? Just passes a little in front of her, knocked it away so a defender couldn't get it in a good position. Find herself collected and kept the body away from no contact. Really good effort.
Rebels break the press. Loose's shot goes off the very top of the backboard, and the rebound down to Lainey Pospisil. And then she loses the handle on it out of bounds. Just a second turnover for North Central. 22 seconds left in the half. Knights have opened up their largest lead at 8, 23-15. As back in comes Kaputska, Cashlin, and Hyen for this final possession. Knights will return Morgan Lewis, replacing Addison Anderson. So up by 8. The Knights will try to get a stop here on the defensive end, see if the Rebels and Coach Bott decide to hold for the last shot here with now 17 seconds on the clock. Nope, they'll get a baseline jumper that won't go for Cashlin, but she'll go right back to the line as she is fouled. That one will go on Morgan Lewis.
Yeah, that was a good take right there, just being aggressive. You get maybe a rebound. They've done a decent job with some offensive rebounds, and one more foul added up against the Knights. So we've seen Castlin go to the hoop quite a few times so far this first half.
She knocks in that free throw. All 3 of her points coming at the line on 5 attempts. Knights will return Anderson, Halleck, and Businger for the final 14 seconds. Everybody will exit with the exception of Cosgrove and Pospisil. So free throw attempt number 8 here in the first half for the Rebels. And Cashlin perfect on both of those. They are 6 for 8 at the line. 23-17. Knights throw it ahead to Anderson. Get it bounce inside to Halleck. Triple teamed. Gets it to Cosgrove for a 13-footer. That too strong. Rebound comes down to Kaputska. They throw it ahead and will not get a shot away before the buzzer. It went in from Ferentz, but about a second or two after the buzzer sounds. So we've got ourselves a ball game here in the C29 Sub-District semifinal. It is the 4-seed Arcadia-Loup City Rebels trailing the 1-seed North Central Knights by a score of 23-17. Your Tri-County Bank halftime show coming up next on KBRB. We welcome you back here on KBRB. We're on FM 92, KBRB.net. Want to also welcome the folks joining us on the Rock County High School video feed of the games tonight here from the C29 sub-districts hosted by the North Central Knights. We have ourselves a ball game, 23-17. North Central at the half, leading Arcadia-Loup City. The Knights 18-5, the top seed in the bracket. Arcadia-Loup City at 5-17. The 4 seed, but the Rebels hanging right in there with the Knights down by just 6. We had 5 lead changes in the first half. North Central led 12-10 at the end of 1. Jumped out to as much as an 8-point lead in the second quarter, leading by 6 here at the half, outscoring the Rebels 11-7 in the second. It is our Tri-County Bank halftime show on KBRB. And we'll tell you, running an agribusiness is hard work. And at the Tri-County Bank, they're here to lend a hand with local financing customized to meet your needs. Your operation can continue to grow. Work with a team of ag lenders who have deep roots in the community because they aren't just your lenders, they're your neighbors. So stop by the Tri-County Bank branches in Stewart, Atkinson, Bassett, O'Neill. Visit TriCountyBank.com. The Tri-County Bank is member FDIC. Well, did pick up a note for those of you in Holt County tonight that it sounds like the Stewart school bond issue was a winner. 322 in favor, 100 against. So the school bond issue on that special ballot today, or due yesterday, did pass. So that bond is approved by the voters there in the school district of Stewart, 322 to 100. We'll take a break, come back, go through our first half statistics, gets Kelly's thoughts on the half. Here as North Central leads Arcadia-Loup City, our first of 2 games from Rock County High School. 23-17. We'll follow this one with West Holt and Burwell in our second semifinal. Back here on KBRB, KBRB.net, on the Rock County High School video feed of the games tonight, as it is 23-17, North Central leading Arcadia-Loup City at the half. Take a look at the first half statistics. Well, after 1 turnover in the opening quarter, Arcadia-Loup City turns it over 7 times in the second, and they are -6 in that category as the Knights turned it over just twice in the second quarter, did not have a turnover in the first 8 minutes, and the +6 advantage in turnover margin in favor of North Central, 8-2. Both teams with 17 rebounds, and that goes to show you there have been a lot of missed shots in the first half as both offensive and defensive rebounds for both teams on a lot of misses. So not a ton of turnovers, but a bundle of missed shots as each team has 17 rebounds in the first half. Scoring-wise for the Rebels, they were led by Tatum Kaputska with a couple of field goals and 4 free throws on 6 attempts by Haley Cashlin. It was a 3 in the first half. The only made 3. That came in the second quarter off the hands of Libby Ferentz on the Rebels side of things. And it was Jesse Hine with a bucket, Landry Luce with a bucket, 2 free throws for Eva Jackson. Rebounding-wise, Jesse Hine with 6 in the first half. Tatum Kaputska with 4. 2 for Eva Jackson, 1 each for Landry Luce, Haley Cashlin, Olivia Fitzgerald, Mallory Tuma, and Nicole Shaleski. Tatum Kaputska, 2 assists in the first half and 1 for Mallory Tuma. Nobody in really any foul danger for Arcadia-Loup City. Haley Cashlin does have 2. For North Central, they go 3 for 6 at the free throw line in the first half. The Rebels went 6 for 8. And the Knights led by a big first half from Allie Cosgrove. 11 points, made her only free throw on an and one opportunity. Knights did almost all their damage inside. Jenna Halleck with 6. Then it was a bucket and a free throw on 3 attempts for Allie Steven in the post, a bucket for Addison Anderson, and a free throw for Brooklyn Buell on 2 attempts. Rebound-wise, Brielle Businger leads the Knights with 4, 3 apiece for Morgan Lewis, Allie Steven, Allie Cosgrove, and Jenna Halleck, and 1 for Lainey Pospischel. Did have Brielle Businger and Addison Anderson, each with 3 assists in that first half. No real foul trouble for the Knights. Halleck picked up 2 in the first quarter, did not get a foul in the second, so she's the only Knight player with 2. That's a look at your first half statistics. It's time to take a look at our keys to the second half. Brought to you by Ainsworth Motors, best in the West Ford store, East Highway 20 in Ainsworth, whether it's a truck, an SUV, a car. They've got the Broncos on the lot right now, the new Ford models. They're your authorized dealer for Chisholm Trail bale beds. With a new set of tires, service, or body work, they can handle it for you at Ainsworth Motors. Financing and incentive options always available to qualified buyers, so come see why the difference is the dealer. Bring back Kelly Myers and your keys to the second half for both teams, Kelly.
Yeah, I think if you're Arcadia-Loup City, I think you kind of go back to that first quarter, what worked for you. You did a nice job. You were patient. You took care of the ball. We saw Castleton do several dribble drives, get to the foul. The pressure from the Knights came at them, and it just kind of rattled them in that second quarter, and they tried to run maybe a few times. I always said if you have the ball, they're not scoring. So if you're handing the ball over, getting turnovers, I think that would you say 6 or 7 just like that right away in that quarter. So you lose every one of them shot opportunities. So clean that up. And maybe to try and control that pace a little bit, maybe they should try a press of their own. Maybe you try to challenge North Central to try to match up with that. And I think there, once again, I think key is attack the hoop, and do nothing but that. They've only took that one shot from outside, minus the one at the end of the half that didn't count. So they just got to clean up, be simple basketball, and they'll hang in there, maybe claw back in it. And I think if you're the Knights, step up the pressure just a little more, right? That was working great. Have them passing lanes float in there, play a little tighter on this outside perimeter defense, and maybe jump that pass when it comes through there. And most importantly, get your eyes up and expect to make a shot. Greg, you've heard me say that time in and time out. Good teams make those bunny shots, right? If you want to be a good team, you make that high percentage shot 80% of the time, 75% of the time. Right now, the Knights just aren't getting that done. So if they can clean up that lead jumps up double digits in a real quick hurry.
Well, that's been a theme sometimes when the Knights have struggled. It's been that they've been getting good looks. They're patient in their offense most times. The threes that they've taken in the first half weren't forced. They weren't rushed.
Shots,
Just open shots that don't fall in the same way inside. A lot of good looks, whether on entry passes or on offensive rebounds that just don't fall. So the shooting percentage pretty low for the Knights in that first half, but they do lead 23-17. Our second 16 minutes of basketball next from Rock County High School in the C29 subdistricts. Well, we have a score update from the C111, and, well, they played them tight just about a week ago. It is the 4-seed O'Neill Eagles leading the top seed Ord Chanticleers 27-26 at the half. Winner of that one gets the winner Thursday night of a matchup to follow on KBRB between Ainsworth and Valentine. Arcadia-Loup City basketball to start the second quarter, now working left to right from south to north, and they throw it away. As Shaleski trying to get inside to Hyen, too wide on the pass. It goes out of bounds, and the Knights get it back. And as you mentioned, Kelly, the Rebels go with a full court press, and it results in a turnover as the ball goes off the arm of Addison Anderson. She can't track it down, and so the Rebels go to the full court press, and it forces a turnover.
Yeah, a simple ball fake will get you back in the right direction. So girl taking the ball, it's just got to do a better job making that first pass, knowing what's around them.
Jackson into the lane, gets stopped, gets it back outside to Cashlin. She loses the handle on it, but saved by Shaleski. Knights stay in that man-to-man defense that has been very good all season, and they force a travel from Shaleski, so back-to-back turnovers to start the second half for the Rebels, and we'll get a quick substitution as Olivia Fitzgerald back into the game, and out will go Nicole Shaleski.
Yeah, Shaleski just needs to take a break right there, get her mind back in it, being a freshman there, just a couple mistakes, so clean it up, come back in.
Knights break the pressure. Buell on the right wing, tries to turn the corner all the way to the rack, puts up the shot, won't go off the glass. Rebound loose, it's still loose, and we're going to have a tie-up as it will stay North Central basketball. Buell got in there and tied up Kaputska. So the Knights will keep it. Scoreless second half thus far. We played 40 seconds, 23-17. Knights with the lead in the ball. Throw it inside to Anderson. Spin move, right-handed hook shot won't go. Rebound, tipped around, but taken out of there by Olivia Fitzgerald.
Yeah, good move, but turn the hand on it. Just let the hand go through towards the hoop, and you'll get that touch and maybe get it to fall.
Shot too strong off the glass for Kaputska. The rebound down to Cosgrove. She wants to push. Gets it ahead to Businger. Left-handed layup is in. Brielle's first bucket on the assist from Cosgrove after a good rebound and took it down the lane herself into the hands of Businger for the finish. Now 2-on-1 for the Rebels. Shot up for Jackson is good. as the Rebels break the pressure, and Jackson takes it in for a mid-range jumper.
Yeah, good possession both times there, and Cosgrove pushing the issue. Another way to break that 2-foot streak is pass with a layup, and it's uncontested. They had that down there. Jackson actually holding her own on the other end. Nice job.
Buell into the hands of Anderson, now to Businger, throw it into Halleck, working against Hyen, gets it out for a 15-footer. Cosgrove misses off the front rim, and the rebound down to Kaputska for the 5th time. 25-19, each team with a bucket here in the 3rd quarter. We have 6:15 remaining, and the Knights up by 2 possessions. Inside it goes. Fitzgerald puts up a little runner, and that's good from 7 feet.
Very good. Just another nice entry pass. Oh, and right away, called out for a foul.
Yeah, on the inbound, it looked like Cashlin was trying to get in there for a steal. Instead, she's hit with her 3rd foul, so she will have to come out as back into the game comes Libby Ferentz.
Yeah, that's a tough break. That was a good hustle play, and she could have got that, maybe a little game changer there, getting a bunny shot underneath the hoop.
Knights get it into Anderson. They throw it ahead to Cosgrove, and now the Knights 4-on-3. Down the lane, and the baseline goes Halleck. Her turnaround jumper too strong, and a tie-up on the rebound between Buell and Jackson. This time possession arrow to the Rebels. And again, the Knights struggling on those inside looks. That was about a 6-footer that was just way too strong.
Yeah, Halleck, I think maybe expecting a little contact, or just the confidence ain't there, right? So got to do a better job with touch.
Jackson loses the handle, has it stolen away. Brielle in for the right-handed layup. Brielle 2 field goals to start the 3rd quarter after she was shut out in the first half, but she has 4. Knights with a trap, and there's another steal. It's Anderson this time. Gets it into the hands of Buell. Knights force the 12th Rebel turnover. Throw it ahead to Halleck. Her shot won't go in from inside. And another tie-up on a rebound between Kaputska and Cosgrove. Possession arrow will favor the Knights. Allie Steven will come into the game. Looks like maybe for Halleck. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well with 5:26 remaining in the 3rd. It's North Central 27, Arcadia-Loup City 21. And we welcome you back here to Rock County High School on KBRB, FM 92, KBRB.net, and on the Rock County High School video feed of this matchup in the C29 semifinals. Top seed North Central hanging on to a 27-21 lead over Arcadia-Loup City, the 4 seed. Pass on the entry, tipped but saved by Cosgrove. Allie will take it at the rim, and we've got a hold call against the Rebels. This one will go against Jesse Hyen. So this is a 2nd foul on the Rebels here in the 3rd. 5:19 to go. Knights lead by 6. They inbound it to Cosgrove, swing it around to Buell. Left corner for Brielle, throws it inside to Allie Steven. Kicks it for a 15-footer. Cosgrove hangs on the rim and falls.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach McCleary now, you're going to look, all right, my one hot spot right now is Allie Cosgrove. You're going to have to find a way to get her a little more creative, maybe post her up inside there and use her athleticism to get to the rim.
Luce gets it to Kaputska. Back to Luce on the baseline. Jumper is short. And the rebound down to Cosgrove and a tie-up. So it was Cosgrove and Kaputska getting locked up on the board. So it will stay with the Rebels, but the Knights have matched their largest lead now at 29-21, lead of 8. As out goes Hyen, back in comes Mallory Tuma. Shaleski back in for the Rebels, and out goes Olivia Fitzgerald. Both teams subbing frequently. Rebels have played 10 in the game. There's a baseline jumper from Kaputska that won't go, but the offensive rebound on the weak side to Tuma. So Tuma saves another possession for the Rebels. Now Shaleski drives baseline, gets shut off, has to put up a tough shot. That's short, and the rebound down to Allie Steven. Good defense by the North Central Knights in that half-court man-to-man.
Yeah, nice job is right, just staying with it. Even though you gave up a rebound, you got to keep your composure and then get it and clear.
Cosgrove Gets it out to Anderson. Her entry pass into Steven, and she is fouled from behind. That will go on Nicole Shaleski. Back in come Halleck and Morgan Lewis for North Central. Out go Brooklyn Buell and Allie Cosgrove. Returning is Jesse Hyen for the Rebels, as Hyen has the task of trying to guard Jenna Halleck. It's been Allie Cosgrove, 13 points thus far, and another good entry pass to Halleck. Can't finish from 3 feet, and the rebound down to Shaleski.
Contact there, but get that ball higher, quicker. She's struggling and bringing that ball low, and even when she makes a move, she's dribbling low. She's got to remember to maintain high points of contact.
With the ball now is Tuma. Tuma throws it inside for Hyen. Her wild shot will, I guess, count as a block, as Halleck, they say, last to touch it as the ball went up. So Halleck will get credit for her first block. Jenna 6 points, 3 rebounds and a block. Cosgrove 13 points, mainly inside. And you got Allie Steven with 3 points on the inside. Well, one from the free throw line after getting fouled inside. So most of North Central's damage done from the inside, as there is a missed shot. Shaleski can't save the rebound, and it will go back to North Central.
North Central here, I was just going to say a press break here. Just take a screen, roll there. Nice job, Brielle, just actually rolling to the ball a little cleaner. A lot of other times they're not doing a good roll, and they're not being able to get that open pass.
The senior working against the freshman, Shaleski. Here's a drive baseline by Lewis. Good feed down to Halleck. Puts up the shot and finishes. There's one from Jenna on the assist by Morgan Lewis. And the Knights have opened up a 10-point lead. This one knocked away by Lewis. Saved by Shaleski. Feeds it ahead to Tuma. Tuma, wild baseline jumper, in and out. And the rebound down to Jenna Halleck. Knights wanting to pick up the pace now, as they are happy to get into a running game with the Rebels. Knights lead it by 10. Here is Anderson. And that pass nearly stolen away on a good play by Landry Luce, as she knocks it out of bounds. Couldn't quite save it, but she anticipated the pass and jumped into the lane. Out will go, it looks like, Cashlin, and in comes Ella Jackson for the Rebels. Knights return Cosgrove as Stevens sits. So it's back to 4 starters for the Knights, and then Buell on the bench with Morgan Lewis in. 3:10 to play in the third. Knights have their largest lead of the game at 10, 31-21. Screen and roll down to Halleck, and she is pushed as she comes down with it. That one will go against Tuma. So the Knights really just trying to pound the ball inside at this point, Kelly, as they will return Ferentz and Kaputska in. Out will go Luce and Tuma. They throw it right into Jenna again in prime position. That shot won't go. That's the third time on that inbound that they've got it into Jenna deep, and the shot just would not fall. Halleck with 8 points. Cosgrove with 13 to lead the Knights. North Central has not made a 3-point shot in the game. They were about 0 for 6 or 7 in the first half. I don't think they've attempted one here in the second half, as there's a knock away and a steal as Lewis comes out of there with it. Gets it ahead to Anderson. Now the Knights 3-on-3. Anderson, beautiful feed to Cosgrove for the finish.
Yeah, excellent job of patience there by Cosgrove, waiting to cut in, and Anderson's eyes up. Nice bounce pass, and more importantly, got the bucket.
Allie Cosgrove with 15. Great find from Madison Anderson. Her 4th assist. Cosgrove cutting along the baseline. Anderson found her with a pretty bounce pass. Cosgrove right up with it for the finish. And the Knights now lead it by a dozen. 33-21. It's a 30-second timeout, Kelly. So we'll keep it here, but again, it's the turnover margin. 13 now for the Rebels, just 3 turnovers for North Central in the game.
Yeah, it really adds up, and then you start talking 12-point lead gone away, and you got 13 turnovers. You're obviously not getting shots when you're having to give the ball up. So much better job defensively the Knights are doing here, I think, controlling that, and then definitely controlling the pace of the game. So Rebels, once again, 1 possession at a time, start attacking the rim, and take care of the ball. If you don't get it past the free throw line to take that inside shot or look for that dribble drive, pretty tough to get there.
Well, we have a score update from half, and the D2-5, O'Neill, St. Mary's, and Chambers Wheeler Central tied at 22 at the half, as there's a steal by Brielle Businger. Took it away. Gets it ahead to Lewis. She's going to travel with it, so the teams will trade turnovers.
Yeah, just trying to go faster as Lewis and had a defender in their face and just a little indecisive, and that happens. Not a big deal. Good effort by the Knights, and Brielle Businger kind of leading the way there, setting the tone. Another bad pass by the Rebels, but Hine able to clean it up.
Here is a pull-up jumper from Jackson. That won't go. Offensive rebound. Kaputska is there. Kaputska with her 7th rebound. She has 6 points.
Yeah, nice job just going to glass. And Brielle's got to react on that. She can't get a foul at half court here. Chalesky picking up her 3rd.
Yep, so that's 3 on Chalesky, 3 on Cashlin, and that's already 5 fouls here in the second half on Arcadia-Loup City, as Coach Jason Bott will send in a line change. 3 new players back in. Comes Eva Jackson along with Cashlin back on the floor. Businger double team, gets it off to Cosgrove into the left corner. 3 look for Anderson, hangs on the side of the rim, 2. 3 bounces, won't fall. Knights are 0 from the 3-point line, and the rebound down to Cashlin.
Yeah, good job clearing the board out there and being patient. Another good steal by Anderson. Oh!
And then she carries it. Yep, got the carry. So the teams trade turnovers, but boy, that was one wide open. The ball just bounced away from Anderson as she dribbled, and it got too high, and she had to turn her hand over to keep the possession. But there's another knock away. Morgan Lewis with the steal. She's knocked to the ground. Ball goes back to Arcadia-Loup City. Now there's a scrum for it, and a timeout from Coach Bott as bodies hit the deck in a 10-point game, 33-23. We'll take a break with 1:54 to go in the third. Kind of a ragtag game here, but the Knights have a 10-point advantage over the Rebels in this 1-4 matchup of the C2-9 Sub-District semifinals. Well, Kelly Myers, it's the postseason. You throw the records out the window. It's win and advance. And I tell you what, a couple of top seeds getting pushed in our area as O'Neill leading top seed Ord 27-26 at the half in the C111 that the Chanticleers are hosting. Ainsworth and Valentine to follow that one on KBRB. And O'Neill, St. Mary's, Chambers, Wheeler Central in the 1-4 matchup of the D2-5, tied at 22. Good dribbling by Cashlin, misses the shot. And a foul on the rebound on a putback attempt by Kaputska. Boy, that was a nice job weaving through traffic by Cashlin. She missed the pull-up jumper, but then an offensive rebound for Kaputska. That's her 8th board, and she draws a foul on the shot. It'll be the 2nd on Morgan Lewis.
Yeah, needs to knock this free throw down here, and hits it all along. So you got to score points, and the clock isn't moving at this point in the game with only $1:44 left in the third. But yeah, we've seen some nice dribble drive from both Cashlin and Kaputska. They just haven't been able to quite finish her on the rim here in the second half.
Second one rattles home. Kaputska has 7 to lead the Rebels. North Central will clear it out for Brielle with 1:38 to go in the third. Knights with a 9-point lead. It's a little 3-0 spurt for the Rebels. Anderson to Buell, now into the hands of Brielle. Nice feed inside to Halleck, right at the rim, and scores.
There's a good finish there now. Jen Halleck maybe once again kind of get rolling, get that rhythm into the game. But North Central's on their dribble on their screen. They're taking the ball at a different angle, and they're not being able to get that pick and roll pass now. They got to do a better job of entry so they can make that good pass.
Boy, that Knight defense just smothering, and then we'll have a pushing foul called. Looks like on North Central it'll go against Cosgrove as she tried to tie up Kaputska. That is just the 2nd on Alley. Nobody with more than 2 for the Knights. It's just their 2nd whistle here in the third. The Rebels have been hit with 5. Arcadia-Loup City to inbound. They get it into Kaputska, swing it across to Cashlin. Shot fake, pull up 13-footer. That's good.
Nice move. That's simple basketball right there. Good fundamentals by Cashlin. Nice little head fake to get the defense. It's already out. They didn't get out quick enough. They're on a hurry. Clears a little space. Nice shot.
9-point game, 35-26. The top seed leading the 4 seed. Screen and roll again to Halleck. Takes it in. Shot from 3 is good. Brielle Businger with a 5th assist, and now the screen and roll game really working for the Knights. And there's a knockaway by Brielle. The defense again, left-handed layup, misses. And the rebound tied up between Steven and Kaputska. Brielle does everything right.
Yep.
Went up with the left hand, just too strong.
Yeah, sometimes that momentum, right? You got to collect your last couple steps to slow you down, especially that left hand, so you kind of have that finesse when you finish. But she's doing a nice job on her entry pass of all the guards, and the reason why she's being patient when she throws it at a correct angle, and it's working. Nice job, Brielle.
Knights with just beating the 5-second count on the inbound as they get it into Buell. Here is Addison Anderson. Takes it with a little runner off the window. That's too strong. Rebound tipped but controlled by Florence. And now the Rebels will get it ahead. Chalesky, though, has it poked away and stolen again by Brielle. Nope, didn't quite ever get a hold of it. as it was knocked off of her out of bounds. Good play by Shaleski after she got her pocket pick to just knock the ball off of Brielle's leg to save the possession.
She thought, Brielle thought maybe she was going to get a call, and I was not. I didn't think there was a foul there, so it was a good no call. So just got to maintain control, know when to run, when not to.
Final 10 seconds of the third, 37-26 North Central, Arcadia-Loup City basketball. Throw it in the right corner. Hyen's jumper is short. Rebound down to Cosgrove with 2 seconds to Brielle, who fires one to beat the buzzer. That's too strong, but North Central extends the lead. They put up 14 points, their highest scoring quarter. The Rebels put up 9, but the Knights will take an 11-point lead to the final 8 minutes. Your Tri-County Bank scoreboard: North Central 37, Arcadia-Loup City 26 in the 1-4 matchup of the Class C29 Sub-District semifinals. Well, the O'Neill St. Mary's Cardinals woke up over in the D2-5 sub-district semifinals after being tied with Chambers Wheeler Central 22 apiece at the half. St. Mary's now midway through the third leads 40-24. So a big third quarter already for O'Neill St. Mary's. Here it's 37-26. North Central 8 minutes away from advancing to a championship game Thursday here in the C29 sub-district. Arcadia-Loup City basketball down 11 to start the fourth quarter. Knights try to get a steal from Cosgrove, but she will bump Shaleski and drop her to the floor. And that is the third on Alley, just the third team foul this half on the Knights. Arcadia-Loup City keeps the ball. Down by 11, they throw it into Cashlin, and she buries a three from the left corner.
Nice
Cashlin knocks one in.
Yeah, good shot, and a nice, just what the Rebels needed there, and get something going.
And Buell gets the one ahead from Anderson, and she is fouled going up for the shot. And that one will go against Jessie Hyen. Hyen's third. And 2 free throws here for Brooklyn Buell. She went 1 for 2 at the line in the first half.
Nice job just pushing the ball up the floor that time, Greg. She nails that free throw. Get the ball up there to make the Rebels out of position, take advantage of that. And nice job by Buell maintaining possession on a tough catch and then trying to get to the line. Here she can do it to see if she can knock the other one down.
Well, good to see for the Knights. McKenna Witzke has come back in after being injured in the first half. She's here in the fourth quarter. Buell makes the second. Knights are 5 for 8 at the line and lead it by 10, 39-29 after the 3 to start the third by Cashlin. There's a steal by Buell. Gets it back to Halleck into Brooklyn. Buell forces the 17th Arcadia-Loup City turnover. Knights with just 5. Anderson off a screen. Drives baseline, shut off, gets it to Halleck. Halleck has not dribbled yet, swings it across to Brielle. Brielle looking inside for Witzke, now puts it on the deck, tries to turn the corner. Can't find Witzke on the roll. Now into the corner, here's a 3. Anderson finally hits a West Plains Bank 3 for the North Central Knights on the assist from Brooklyn Buell. And that is for the Knights, their first made West Plains Bank 3 of the game. Cashlin tries to answer on the other end, and that one won't go, and the rebound tipped out, last touched by the Rebels. So Cashlin had knocked one in, tried to get another one to answer that 3 from Anderson, but the Knights finally get an outside shot to fall. It doesn't happen until the fourth quarter.
Timeout.
Timeout taken by the Knights with 6:40 to go as the 5-second count was close. On the inbound, 42-29, North Central leading the Arcadia-Loup City Rebels in this C29 sub-district semifinal on the Tri-County Bank scoreboard. We're back with more from Bassett after this. Well, as we hit the 7 o'clock hour in this postseason opening round, at the end of the third quarter, it is O'Neill St. Mary's leading over Chambers Wheeler Central now 45-26. That was a 22-all game and a half. St. Mary's outscores CWC 23-4 in the third quarter. O'Neill led Ord at last check, 27-26 at the half in the 1-4 matchup there, the 4-seed leading. And there's a ball in the inbound, knocked out of bounds by Shaleski. Here it's North Central with its largest lead, 42-29, with 6:40 to go in the ball game. North Central's been better on the offensive side here in this second half as the Knights break the pressure with Cosgrove, but she loses the handle on it down the lane, and it will go out of bounds to the Rebels. Just the 6th turnover on North Central. Back in comes Allie Steven. She'll replace Allie Cosgrove. Knights will go with a full court press here, up by 13 with 6:34 to go. They get it into Cashlin to Kaputska. Now 2-on-2. They try to throw it ahead to Landry Luce, and it's over her head and out of bounds. And I think, if nothing else, Kelly, that press by the Knights has forced the Rebels to speed it up a little faster than they probably want to.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can just see that. The ball handling ability, a little touch pass, it just isn't there, and they've had several opportunities just to make a nice little, that was a 10-foot pass and just carry court over her head. You got to have touch.
Brielle tries to feed it on the screen and roll ahead to Steven. Just threw it a little too far out in front of Allie, who was open. And that's turnover number 7 on the Knights. Right idea on Brielle, caught him in switching off that screen. And Steven just didn't roll quite to the right to the basket, kind of took a little bit of a side lane. And that shot missed the other end from the Rebels, and the rebound down to Jenna Halleck. Halleck with her 5th board. Here comes Brielle the other way. Sends it to Anderson. Under 6 to go. Anderson open for 3, top of the key. That one hangs on the rim. Way up high and falls as Addison Anderson knocks in her 2nd West Plains Bank triple of the 4th quarter to push the lead to 16. Now 2-on-1 for the Rebels. Luce gets it across the paint, and the shot is up and in from Cashlin. Nice little 2-on-1 game there as Landry Luce will pick up the assist. Cashlin has 7 of her team-high 11 here in the second half, and a timeout taken from Coach Bott and the Rebels. North Central with a 45-31 lead here in the 4th quarter of basketball in the C29 Sub-District semifinals. Well, don't forget, this is our first of 2 here tonight from the C29 sub-district. Coming up, it will be the Westhold Huskies, the 3-seed, taking on 2-seed Burwell in what should be a good matchup. Burwell at 10-11, Westhold at 8-14. Huskies do have a lopsided win over Burwell way back in December. Westhold coming off its best win of the season, came in the regular season finale, knocking off O'Neill St. Mary's, who is now leading at the end of 3 over CWC, 45-26. Knights get the ball in, leading by 14. Here comes Brielle Businger across the timeline. Nobody shuts her off all the way to the hoop. She puts up the shot, won't go. And Witzke battling in there on the offensive glass with Tuma. It's a tie-up. Possession arrow keeps it with North Central. Witzke went down in that second quarter, was injured, had to be helped off, but she's back with a little brace and tape on the right knee.
Yep.
So good to see that she's able to come back in, gives the Knights a little more depth. Into the corner to Anderson. She's hit 2 threes in this 4th quarter to finally get the Knights off the schneid from the outside. Here is Brielle with it. Gets the screen from Cosgrove. Swings it into the right corner to Anderson. Again, Halleck getting a breather here with 5:10 to go. Anderson double team. Brielle open for 3 on the left wing. That's good. Brielle Businger knocks in a West Plains Bank 3 on the assist from Addison Anderson. That's 5 assists for Anderson. 48-31, the Knight lead is 17. And now you see it, Kelly, when the shots start falling from the outside for North Central and the offense starts to match the defense, they're, again, a dangerous team, but it's just been so inconsistent, the shooting.
Yeah, 9 points this quarter alone on 3-pointers. Really has expanded that 12-point lead that they had, or 11-point lead, that they had going into this. So nice job there. Them girls is stepping up and and keep firing. Sometimes you just got to stay with it, and eventually it finds the bottom of the net.
Pospisil and Lewis return for the Knights as there's a knock away by Morgan Lewis. It's still loose, diving on the floor after it over near the north central bench. It'll be last touch by Morgan. It will stay with the Rebels. Good hustle by Libby Ferentz there to save Morgan from being able to pick it up for a breakaway layup.
I like the speed that Morgan Lewis plays with. You know, she's got a little extra step and really goes after it. So nice job just hustling through and really matches in that defense what Coach McCleary wants.
Cashlin loses her footing, fires it ahead for Hyen, and it's tied up with Witzke. And the possession arrow will keep it with Arcadia-Loup City. North Central has opened up a 17-point lead here, 48-31. They've hit 3 threes in the fourth after not making a single outside shot through the first 3 quarters. Hyen with it, loses a handle, knocked out of bounds by Cosgrove. Boy, that defense is unrelenting for this North Central team.
Really clean hand movement there too, right, Greg? So they're working their hands up, down, and spread wide, and able to knock that pass or dribble out through there. Oh, it was Hyen just clocked.
Boy, Hyen gave an elbow to her teammate Kaputska, as I think Hyen had her arm run into it, sent that arm up and right into the face of Kaputska. It looks like she's okay. Ball gets knocked out by the Knights. We have a new player in for North Central. Bridget Lewis, a freshman guard, in for the first time. Kaputska, tough jumper over the top of Cosgrove, won't go, but Hyen with the offensive rebound. Gets it out, and a three-point shot missed, but a foul on Morgan Lewis, and that will put Mallory Tuma at the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, and it's a hustle play that you can't let happen sometimes, right? So you get to the line now for 3 free throws, and I know you're trying to do everything you want, but sometimes you just got to let it go if you're beat once in a while, and that was not her girl. She was coming to help, but unfortunately got tagged.
So Tuma misses the first. Has 2 more as she was fouled on the three-point shot. Second one off the front of the rim. The Rebels now, they were 7 for 10, but now 7 for 12. Out will go Lewis, is in for the first time for the Knights. Comes freshman Courtney Munger at 5'6". Third free throw there. Tuma got one in as she gets on the board with a free throw. It's a 16-point game, and Lewis brings it across the timeline with 4:05 to go here in the third. Knights only have 1 starter out there in Allie Cosgrove, so trying to save some legs maybe for the championship game on Thursday. Lewis needs some help, gets it off to Munger. Munger stopped on the wing, bounces it to Lewis, now to Pospisil. Pospisil gets a screen from Cosgrove, Laney around to Munger, now into the hands of Lewis. Lewis has it poked away and stolen. Libby Ferentz takes it away. 8th turnover on the Knights. Cashlin the other way, knocks one in.
Good
Cashlin with 9 here in the second half, 13 for the game, and the Knights will have to bring the starters back in.
Yeah, that's just okay. You're going to get some time and some minutes here now, but you got to be able to take care of the ball. Don't get yourself in a position or panic. Stay fundamentally sound.
Pospisil to Lewis, turns the corner, dumps it down low to Cosgrove. Cosgrove attacks the rim, shot is short. Rebound into the hands of Hyen. Hyen with 8 boards. Down 14 with the ball. Arcadia-Loup City trying to keep its season alive at 5-17, taking on the 18-5 North Central Knights. Here's a runner for Cashlin. She draws the contact. Will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I think Pospisil there, yep, that's what the foul's going to be on. Just kind of there, one again, if she lets her go, I think she gets away with it. And the reason why, and that's kind of a 15-foot running jump shot, right? Chance of that going in. So once again, you kind of learn them things, pick up a few stuff as you play the game and as you age. And that's one she'll want to look at the tape and say, yep, I get it.
Knights will bring back Halleck, Businger, and Anderson. We'll stay out there with Witzke and looks like Munger. The first free throw from Cashlin was good. She has 14 in the game. Second one is up and perfect as well. So Cashlin knocks in a pair, and now she will exit as back in comes Olivia Fitzgerald. 48-36, that 17-point lead has been cut to 12. We still have 3 minutes remaining. Anderson brings it up the sideline, past Jackson. Now loses the dribble, gets it on a tip pass to Witzke. Witzke back to Anderson. Anderson works off a screen. Now needs some help, feeds it to Brielle. Brielle drives, gets a screen from Halleck. The shot up too strong, and the rebound down to Hyen. 9th board for Jessie Hyen.
Yeah, she's had a good night on the glass, just a little shy offensively there. She's had her hands full with Halleck Gardner all night, but done a definitely good job defensive rebounding.
Yeah, Cashlin getting a breather here. She's got the big game offensively for the Rebels. The shot from Hyan is swatted by Halleck, but it's saved by Fitzgerald. Halleck with her second block. Fitzgerald to Jackson. Jackson with a running 13-footer hangs on the rim and scores.
That's a nice little floater right there. So Jackson's had a few of them shots tonight, and nice job just creating a little bit sloppy out front there. The ball kind of going all over the place, but able to corral it and get a bucket out of it.
7-0 Arcadia-Loup City run. Great feed across the lane from Businger to Halleck for the finish. Brielle with 7 assists. Halleck now with 14 in the game. And a timeout taken under 2 minutes to go. North Central sees that 7-0 run on the wrong end come to an end on that feed from Brielle to Halleck. The two seniors combined for the finish. We have a timeout on the floor, 50-38 North Central in the final 2 minutes of the C29 Sub-District semifinal, with Westholt and Burwell to follow tonight here from Bassett on KBRB. Well, Kelly Myers, while we have a minute, I want to compliment this Arcadia-Loup City team. They only come into this game averaging 29 points per game.
Yep.
They're playing one of the premier man-to-man defensive squads in Class C2, and they've put up 38 here with under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, great point. I was thinking to myself in the first quarter, like they put up 10. I'm like, hey, that's a nice job. They took care of the ball. Then only got 7, but then they kind of rebounded, got 9, and then right now they're up to 12 points in this quarter. So, you know, hanging in there. They've done some good things, missed a couple of shots, but if they take care of the ball a few more times, they're in this a very tighter game.
Cashland to Hyan. They throw it inside to Fitzgerald. Her turnaround 10-footer won't go, gets her own miss, and is tied up with Brielle Businger. And the possession arrow looks like we'll give it over to the Knights with 1:35 remaining. Knights have Munger, Halleck, Businger, Anderson, and Witzke, the 5 on the floor. And there's a pushing foul called on Shaleski. That should put the Knights in the bonus.
Did you see Brielle on that? She's like, are you kidding me? Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. She thought it was going to be called out of bounds on her. So
that's the 4th foul on Shaleski. Brielle trots the other way for a 1-and-1 on the 7th team foul on the Rebels. Comes with 1:34 to go and a 12-point game for the North Central Knights. Brielle's free throw is up and perfect. Brielle, all 8 of her points here in the second half. She has 7 assists to go along with those 8 points. It's been a big game in the post. Allie Cosgrove with 15. Jenna Halleck with 8 in the second half to get to 14. Second free throw is good as well for Brielle. 52-38. Knights will press. Shaleski gets it ahead to Fitzgerald. Now feeds it to Hyan, and it's through Hyan's hands and right into the hands of Coach Jason Bott for the Rebels. That is turnover number 19 on Arcadia-Loup City. The Knights with just 8 turnovers in the game. Halleck ahead to Brielle, 3-on-1 for the Knights. Brielle attacks, flips it into the left corner to Anderson. Anderson drives, puts up a wild shot. That one won't go as she hits the deck. Offensive rebound, McKenna Witzke for the putback. McKenna has her first bucket.
Yeah, good rebound right there. And if Kopetska falls to the floor, she's going to get a charge foul there. She has Cashland now buries another 18-footer.
She knocks in another nice mid-range jumper. Businger gets it ahead to Anderson. That assist was for Shaleski, by the way. Now Brielle loses the handle on it, and we've got a whistle and a tie-up. Possession arrow keeps it with North Central. I was going to say it should be. I thought North Central got the last tie-up. So it'll be, they do switch the arrow now. It's Arcadia-Loup City basketball. Under a minute to go. 54 seconds remaining. North Central looks like it will advance to the C29 title game on Thursday here at Bassett. Will improve to 19-5 on the season, but that safety net of a potential wild card is not there for the Knights. They're going to have to take care of business as there's a block by Jenna Halleck, her 3rd on the shot attempt by Kaputska, and the Knights will get a stop. Businger into the front court.
I was just going to say, nice job getting the ball to Brielle, right? She's been kind of the go-to here, better ball handling control. The other girls have struggled maybe to bring that up a couple of times here. You saw that the last time down the floor. So good job of being patient, recognizing it. Hey, we don't have to rush, we don't have to run. Just let's have control and finish this out.
All right, now the Knights will bring on the new wave as Halleck and Anderson exit. Witzke out, Steven, Bridget Lewis, and Munger back in. And they'll have another player ready to check in for Brielle. if she can make the free throws, as out goes Shaleski, and into the game comes Ella Jackson. So Brielle at the line, 2 for 2. This would put her in double figures, and the shot won't go. Rebound, though, tracked down by Munger. Courtney picks up the offensive board. Knights get it to Pospisil, and she will just wisely bring it out. Throw it down to Steven along the baseline. She is double teamed and throws it off the leg of Olivia Fitzgerald. And now we'll see Brielle check out. Do you miss that free throw so you can stay in and play the last few seconds? You always wonder. Morgan Lewis back into the game as Brielle's game is complete for the evening. Final 15 seconds here and a 14-point lead for the Knights. They'll get a 3 in the right corner for Pospisil. That's too strong. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by North Central. And it will be one final possession here for Arcadia-Loup City as their season will come to an end at 5-18. And the Knights will improve to 19-5, and we'll get to watch the second semifinal and see who they get to take on, whether West Holt or Burwell. And the clock runs out after the missed shot and the rebound by Munger, and the North Central Knights advance by a final score of 54-40. On the Tri-County Bank scoreboard, Knights put up 17 in the fourth.